Hello SkyScouters, I want to show you a short video explaining the basic functionality of the PFD in SkyScout. After executing SkyScout, open your browser and type http://localhost:9889 in your browser address. If you are accessing SkyScout from an external device in your network, use your main computer IP address instead localhost, but don't forget to add :9889 after the IP address. When SkyScout connects to X-Plane, the main menu shows up. Users can select the FE's screen they want to see in this device. We are going to focus today in the PFD. The PFD shows black labels for all the visible widgets. By clicking on the labels, all available widgets can be hidden and shown, and users can set up their PFD configuration. The labels will hide when no clicking or touching on them for a few seconds. When clicking on an empty area of the PFD, labels will show up again. In all SkyScout screens there is a main menu on the top center. In the PFD the menu shows the name of the current active aircraft. All the options of the main menu are explained in the manual. This menu remains hidden during the normal use of the PFD. The available widgets for the PFD are: Main menu, Autopilot, Route, Flight information, Elevation chart, Radio panel, Engine gauges, Fuel indicator, Electrical information, Inset map, and Aircraft controls. In the middle area of the PFD there is an indicator of the autopilot active functions. Tip: by clicking or touching on this indicator the sim is paused. The route widget shows all the waypoints of the loaded flight plan and the active waypoint. By clicking on a waypoint in the list, an information pop-up is shown with several functions related to the type of waypoint. In this example, we can see all the destination airport information and perform useful actions, frequencies auto dial, runway information, and much more. The flight information widget shows distance for nav1 and nav2 frequencies, travel distance, total flight time, time on air and chronometer. Click or touch on the chrono to toggle it. The elevation widget shows a chart with the 30 nautical miles elevation profile just in front of the plane. This chart keeps changing as the aircraft turns or climbs. Radio panel widget contains comms and nav frequencies plus the transponder. Pilots can click in each radio device to manually change the frequency by a virtual keyboard. In the middle area of this widgets there are arrows to swap the standby frequencies. By clicking on the transponder status, a new radio inset pops up. This pop-up allows pilots to handle the transponder and use radio devices as well. The engine instruments widget shows the engine gauges. In the first SkyScout landing page, there is an engine editor option to configure the set of gauges for a specific plane. There are two additional informative widgets: fuel, with the gauge and flow statistic table, and the electrical panel with battery, bus and generator volts and amps display. The inset map. Pilots can pop up an inset map on the bottom center area of the PFD. This map is zoomable and movable. It shows several sources of information including flight plan and route elements. There is a settings window to set the inset map transparency. This way pilots can use the inset map and watch the instruments on its back. The controls widget display the real-time status of the most important aircraft controls and instruments. Pilots can also use this panel to set pitch and roll trims, flaps position, spoiler position, brakes and landing gear toggle, and more. The PFD screen has also the capability to set a background map with configurable transparency. Pilots can see all the map elements behind the PFD instruments. In this mode, map is in display mode only. In the center of the PDF there is a set of value indicators. The autopilot indicated speed, altitude and vertical speed, heading and course, current aircraft values, barometer, temperatures, times, V-speeds as well as GPS information. All modifiable values can be changed by clicking on them using virtual keyboard. Pop-up selectors, or just the mouse wheel. Showed information can be configured by clicking on the value labels. We hope this video helps you to understand the basic functionality of the SkyScout PFD, and don't forget, read manuals. Thank you for choosing SkyScout.